this is the update. It took the full 12 hours for Blitz to double in size. I have it all written down for what we're going to do. Now that Blitz has doubled in size, we're going to take Blitz out and put him on my flour table. I lightly floured my table. And we're gonna take a little this. We're gonna help Blitz out. Blitz, let go of my bowl. Come on, Blitz. Every last drop counts. Okay. And fold it into itself. Kind of like when we did our stretch and fold. However, this time we're not. But now it's going to be we're going to pretty much do what I just did, which was rolling it and bringing it in towards myself. So I'm gonna see if I can get a better angle on this. Bear with me, I'm trying to do this with my cell phone, as always. But yeah, I pretty much did that. Now that we got Blitz pretty much rolled, all nice and happy, I'm going to, I already washed a bowl out for myself over there. Ignore the mess in my kitchen. I'm going to dry out my bowl. I'm going to grab one of my clean tea towels. The tea towel you're going to need to lightly flour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a 15-minute timer to let Blitz get all nice and happy. We're going to put Blitz into the big pink bowl that I have over there on my drying rack with a floured tea towel. And then we're gonna stick it into the bowl, saran wrap the bowl, stick it into the fridge for like 12 to 15 hours. So about 10:30 in the morning, Blitz should be about ready to go ahead and start the next steps, which will then be after 12 to 15 hours will be the baking time, where we're going to start the oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit with the Dutch oven that I have inside of the oven getting all heated up for a nice happy hour till it's nice and hot, and then we will continue the next steps with Blitz. But for now, I will wait another 10 minutes to let Blitz get nice and happy and rest. This part is optional. I am doing it just to see how it goes, because apparently it gives it more of a spring. And that's what you want. You want it to be nice and springy in the 10 minutes that it comes to. Before we actually do the part where we're putting it into the bowl, there is another stretch and fold. Essentially is what we're going to be doing. It's going to be, I'm going to be taking these two sides, I'm going to be stretching it, pinching it into the center, I'm going to turn it, take these two sides, stretch it, and pinch it into the center and get a nice seam going. I'm going to show you guys that. While we are here, I'm going to go ahead and grab my paper towels. I'm going to dry my bowl, grab my tea towel. I'm going to show you how I'm going to flour the tea towel. And I'm continuing with my unbleached all-purpose flour. That's what I have on the table for Blitz, to keep Blitz nice and happy. And I am also going to be using the same kind of flour, the unbleached all-purpose, with the tea towel. I cannot wait to go to bed. I can't go to bed just yet because I have school to do. Because the girl's still in school. I'm very tired. That is also why I went ahead and prepped my dinner for tomorrow, because I am making beef stew in the crock pot. So my bowl there is dry. My tea towels are over here. And I have a brand new tea towel. Woohoo! I'm gonna use the non-design side. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it into the bowl. Got 7 minutes left for Blitz. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna take a handful of my unbleached all-purpose flour, and I'm gonna sprinkle it into there. Kind of like dusting your baking sheet for if you're doing cake or something. I don't know if you guys ever made a cake. Oh, a good one. Red velvet. Red velvet, very picky and particular and temperamental. It is a love-hate relationship with that cake, but it helps with this, where you want to kind of shake it through to get an even layer of flour. It's okay if you get a little bit on your dough. It's gonna be going on the dough anyways, so it doesn't matter. Stick you over here. Dr. Soap. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. So we got our tea towel and bowl ready. We're gonna let this rest for another 6 minutes, and then we will start our two-side stretch and pinching. I'm gonna continue recording for that. And we're gonna put it into the bowl and saran wrap the bowl. Yeah. I don't have a batten. Technically, if you have a batten, this would be great or a great thing to use for then you want to lightly flour your batten. I don't have a batten. This is my first time doing sourdough bread, so we're just going with what we got. I highly recommend whenever you're doing sourdough, whether it is your feed or sourdough bread, your feed, sourdough feed, we're doing great. Your sourdough starter, whether it's your sourdough starter or your actual bread or whatever it is that you're making with sourdough, wash whatever it is that you just use immediately. Either fill it up with water with some soap, let it soak, or immediately wash it, because if it dries like cement, and it is a pain in the butt to get off. I know from personal experience. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause this for our last 4 minutes, then we'll continue with the next step, and then we'll let it get nice and happy in the fridge for 12 to 15 hours, and I will give you guys that update at that point and continue along with the baking process. Okay, so we're at roughly our 15-minute mark. It says to turn it over, so we're going to flip it up. I'm going to spread that flour around on my table. Hi, Blitz. We are now going to take our two sides, kind of bring it, pinch it in. We're going to turn it, pinch it. And very awkward looking. Don't think I did that quite right, but it will be okay. The reason why we let it rest for the 15 to 20 minutes is to help give it a little bit more of a spring to the dough, which is exactly what you want. So I know most battens are more ovalish, oval-like shape. My Dutch oven is completely round. It's a circle one. Come on, pinch up. You can do it. There you go, Blitz. And I'm going to, hey, I told you to pinch. Stick. Good, Blitz. It's like trying to train your dog to not go to the bathroom in the house or steal your shoe. Now that we got that, I'm gonna show you. So it's not a perfect pinch together. It's not sticking for me. You can be a little bit more rough with it. I think if I'm a little bit more rough with it, it will actually pinch and hold. But we're gonna go ahead and transfer Blitz now into our bowl with the flour tea towel. Say good night, Blitz. Time for you to get happy. We're gonna roll the tea towel up because you don't want to cover it with the tea towel, as we're going to be covering it with saran wrap and letting it refrigerate for however long, the 12 to 15 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the saran wrap. You guys are gonna get to love on the sound as I do. The Home Line clear plastic wrap, I personally hate it because it doesn't clean correctly. So get actual cling wrap, don't get knockoff stuff, because this stuff, I don't like it. It doesn't clean. How useful is cling wrap gonna be if it can't clean? Like Kitty from that Sunday show, what use is a click if it doesn't click? Run off the wall. If you don't understand that reference, you're too young and I'm sad. If you're not too young, then you need to go watch that Sunday show. Do something for yourself. I saw that Nick at Night when I was a kid growing up. I don't know. See what I mean? It doesn't want to clean. Clean. Your cling wrap. Clean. For the love of all mercy. keep me being a saint. Okay, as saint-like as I can be, because I am very much a sailor, not saint-like. I threaten. Okay, I don't really threaten. I yell absurdities at my dogs at times, because I have one dog. Her name is Freya. Absolutely adorable, a princess. But she keeps on trying to fight my cat. Mind you, my cat kind of deserves it because he's mean to the dog. He's 12. He is 12 and he's a bully. But she does. She'll rear up, hackles all up on edge. He's 12. He's an old man. He's a grumpy old man. Leave my cat alone. And then he goes and he starts it, and I have to yell at him. So definitely not saint-like. Definitely tired. I love my cat though. His name is Roscoe. He's a tabby cat. Very loving to people, not so loving to dogs. Except for George's mom. She was just really chill. All she did was nap. And Roscoe loved that, because Roscoe also loves snacks. So they got along swimmingly, because all they did was nap together. He just doesn't like hyper dogs. And, well, Freya and George are both very hyper. And he does not like that. But this is it. We got the bowl as plastic covered as we can get it. It's in the tea towel, all nice and happy. I have to clean my table now. We're gonna stick it into the fridge and forget about it until my clock says 10:37, so 10:40ish tomorrow morning. But I will give you guys the update then. Otherwise, have a good night. Get some sleep. Sleep is good. Thank you guys. We'll continue the journey in the morning.